tip, little hint that this was going to be some crap is like, I got there on a Wednesday. They put me to work the next day. Like, no jet lag recovery, nothing. That speaks volumes, y'all. Do better. I feel like this is like an interrogation. So, this is honestly like, I feel like YouTube can be therapeutic. Well, it's actually just you talking to yourself because nobody's responding to you. So, yeah. It's more of like an out loud meditation. But anyways, so I touched on what passe with the host families, but I never really fully said like what happened because I didn't have the privacy to say it. But I'm gonna say it now. So now I'm back in America. Praise the Lord. Back in America, back in Chicago. And it's December 2020. Still in the pandemic. But I decided to stick the year out in Europe, finish what I started. And yeah, come back when I planned, which would be November. So I just got back maybe like 3 weeks ago. So I guess I'll start off with the freshest story in my mind. And yes, this is an au pair horror story. Yep, sorry you guys. I'm another statistic. An au pair horror story. And y'all gotta excuse my due. It's time for a retwist, but your girl ain't got it yet. But anyways, so let's start from the beginning. The beginning. So, we're gonna start with the Luxembourgish family. So I met them through Au Pair World, and as y'all know I love to travel. It's been my dream. Okay. I wanted to improve my French, and I wanted to have the travel experience. So I met them on Au Pair World, and I said, I'm gonna go to Luxembourg. I'm going to do what other people don't do. Everybody always goes to Paris or France. And I was like, I'm going to go to this country that nobody knows about. It's going to be great. Oh, mind you, it's 1:45 in the morning. So this whole experience like kept me up. I'm like not able to sleep because of what I went through with these people. And so I met them on Au Pair World. And this should have been a clue right here. They were like the only family on Au Pair World for Luxembourg. And I was like, there was like 2 other families. And one family was like requiring housework. And I was like, I'm not doing that. And so this one family, no housework. I messaged them. They were like in their description, it was like, yeah, we live in a big house. We both work in banking, and we're French, and I'm not going to give away too much info. I got to be careful because of their privacy. I know I can't stand them. We're going to be decent here. Yeah. And so I talked to them. We started talking. So I want to go in September 2019. So I started talking to them and looking in like April 2019. Y'all know I like to prepare. I don't like to do nothing last minute. So yeah, we have been talking. I talked to the dad mostly, and I thought it was weird. I was like, okay, where's the mom? So I talked to the dad mostly. He gave me the former one au pair. He was like, yeah, we've had like 4 au pairs. And I was like, okay, can I get all of those numbers? I want to talk to all of them. And he was like, oh, yeah, but I can't find the other ones. I'll just give you our latest one. And I was like, okay. And so I talked to the latest one, and she was from Thailand. And she was like, yeah, everything was great. You know, they're really sweet. The family's nice. The kids are great. I was like, okay, cool. But you know me, thorough. So I asked the dad, I was like, can I have the other au pairs? And he was like, oh no, like I don't have their numbers. And I was just like, okay. So that was strike 1AB. That was little red flag 1AB or 1A. The second thing was I never talked, like, before I went to the country, like, I video chatted with them and I saw the whole family and they were like, hey, this is that. And we're so excited. And I was like, okay, cool. I saw the mom, like, maybe, like, for 30 seconds. And I was just like, okay, this is the family. But then, like, after that, I just, like, all the correspondence was with the dad. And I was like, okay, maybe this is, like, some cultural thing where the dad has to take care of everything, and with people coming in from the outside home, I don't know. I was like, okay, whatever. Fast forward. So before I went to Luxembourg, I had to go on to Spain, and the plan was to go to Spain and then go straight to Luxembourg, and then just continue on from there. But ran out of money. That was my fault. Ran out of money in Spain, so I decided, okay, I'm going to book a flight back home to America, find some work, and then save up and buy my ticket to come in November to Luxembourg. And the family, at first I was like, okay, they're not going to be happy about that, so I just told them. And they were like, oh, we want to stay with you. We've already picked you. We'll just wait for you to come in November. And I was like, wow, they really like me. Oh, my God, this is so nice. So that was that. I got there in November. And I'm excited. I'm just like, yay. And the dad, he came and picked me up in the middle of the night. My flight came in at like 11 p.m. He came and picked me up, and everything was nice. The kids were asleep when I got in, but I talked to the mom and the dad, and it was just, I gave the mom a hug because I'm like, oh, there's, like, I know I'm not really family, but I'm like, I'm going to be living in your house. Like, in America, we hug, so we're hugging. And this is pre-corona. Anyways, so yeah, everything was cool. I was so excited to be around French culture, and I'm just happy to be immersed in the family and be with the kids. And the room they gave me was super beautiful, very clean. It had like a beautiful, y'all saw it. It had like a huge like sliding door to the like veranda deck area, and I was like, this is amazing. This is awesome. Yeah, it was great. So this is November. The first sign that this was not going to go well was, so I got there November 11th, and I was like, okay, we're eating dinner together. Everything's great. They're telling me about French culture. There's bread at the table. The mom, we didn't get along, but I'm not going to lie, she could cook. Her food was the bomb. Consistently, the bomb. But anyways, so I was like, oh, I would love to cook, Thanksgiving dinner for you guys. And they were like, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds awesome. And I was like, okay, it's this Thursday. So I'm doing my stuff with the kids, and like they've given me the duties with that. And I had already explained beforehand. I was like, oh, I'm not doing any like cleaning, no house cleaning. I'm going to only clean up after the kids. I don't want to be treated like a slave. And, I'm here for an exchange. This is supposed to be like an exchange, like a cultural exchange. And they're like, yeah, that's perfect. That's what we want to. I had like, this is back when I was in that mentality of selling myself short just to, secure a spot, but whatever. I didn't mind. I didn't mind offering extra. So I was like, if you guys go with me, like, I'll be happy giving like formal English lessons to the older kid, like, no problem, I'm like, that's whatever, I'm a giver. So it's like, yeah, that's great. So I was doing formal English lessons with the 12-year-old. I was interacting with the 4-year-old in English and doing like regular au pair duties, like getting the kids ready for school, helping them with their breakfast, cleaning up after the 4-year-old and a little bit the 12-year-old after they made a mess, and like after breakfast and mealtime and stuff like that, and helping her get her shower. Standard au pair stuff. No problem. Cool. For Thanksgiving, like, I made this huge spread. They gave me like the money to make the dinner, and like nobody ate the dinner. It was really good too, and I had to work very hard to find all the ingredients because they ain't had the same stuff they got in America, and I had to improvise. Like they didn't touch it. And I was just like, okay, that was very mean and weird. And like now I feel very lonely. But okay, whatever. Maybe they're just busy. I don't know. So that was that. Okay. The next infraction was around Christmas time. So I had never like celebrated Christmas. It was actually my first Christmas, and I was like, this family celebrates Christmas. Like, I'll, we'll do the Christmas thing, and I was excited about that. So like, we decorated the tree and stuff, and I was like I still had not lived with them a long time, so I didn't really know what they liked, but I was like doing research to like look and see what they liked. And so I found out the dad, I was like, okay, he drinks a lot of alcohol. He drinks like, I'll get him some American whiskey. So I got him some whiskey for Christmas. I saw the little 12-year-old girl wearing like this NYC shirt all the time. And I was like, boom, I'll get her another NYC sweater. And then the little girl, she liked pink. So I was like, boom, I ordered her a pink cowboy hat. And I also ordered the 12-year-old a soccer shirt, but it came and it was too small. But I still gave it to her because I was like, maybe, I don't know. Because I had like paid a lot of money for it, so I was like, I'm still going to give it to you. But, yeah, and then the mom, I didn't really know what she liked. So I just got her a plant. And I put a candle inside. I tried my best. And I was like, you know what? I don't even know if they're going to get me anything. So I'm not going to spend a lot of money. And I don't have a lot of money at all. But still, be giving. Christmas morning, I liked my gifts. Like the dad got me some gloves, which was very useful, a scarf. The kids, they kind of just grouped that gift in with the dad, but anyways. And then the mom got me some chocolates, which was very nice. So yeah, that was that. The kids, the 4-year-old, when she saw my gift, she ripped it open. Saw it was a pink cowboy hat, threw it, and was like, I don't want this. I was like, okay. And the parents said nothing. And I was like, all right. 12-year-old, also disappointed with her gift, but she tried to hide it. And she was like, thanks, Jackie. And I was like, no problem. The dad was the only person who liked this gift. He was like, oh, whiskey. Awesome. I was like, oh, that's great. So he was happy for his gift. And then the mom, I was like, here's your gift. And she was like, oh, thanks. And like, I was like, oh, there's something in the middle. And she opened it and she was like, and then put it in. It was like, thanks. And like, put it to the side and walked to the kitchen. And I was like, okay. So that was that. And I was just like, well, that was very rude. So that was Christmas. The first time I was like, I want to get out of here was after New Year's. It was after New Year's, and the parents were like going out on a date, so I was babysitting. No problem. I'm cool. I like to hang out with the kids. Let's have a party, right? So I am like waiting around. I'm hanging out on a Friday or a Saturday night, when I can be with my friends, but I'm here with the kids. And the mom is like cooking and stuff, and I'm like, okay, are y'all leaving? And then the parents start arguing, and I was like, oh my God, this is so awkward and uncomfortable. And when I say arguing, I mean like, la 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 la. And I was just like, oh my God, these people are arguing with a guest in their house. I don't know about y'all, but my family, you don't argue in front of people that you don't know. If you gonna argue, you argue in the room and be like, you know what I mean? You like, I don't know. I guess after a while, you just let it fly, but I was like, Jesus. Anyway, that's making me uncomfortable. So when I hear people yelling, I get stressed out and like uneasy, And so I'm like, the dad is like carrying the 4-year-old, and I'm like, okay, do you want me to take her? And he was like, yes. And I was like, I'm just asking. So I calmed down. I calmed down because I was about to pop off. I calmed down and I was like, don't pop off because you're not going to have a place to live. Okay, just calm down. This is somebody else's house. Just calm down. You didn't do anything to deserve him yelling at you like that. And so I let it go. And they just continue fighting. It was just, ooh, that was crazy. And they finally leave, and they got in an argument in the car. And, like, I guess the mom, like, dropped the dad off. Because I'm, like, in the room with a 4-year-old reading her a bedtime story. And he comes in and was like, hey. And I was like, hey, what you doing here? And he was like, oh, we got an argument. And so I don't know where she went. And I was like, okay. I'm thinking he came back to apologize for being rude to me. Nope, he was just going to throw it under the desk. And y'all know me. I talks about my feelings. I'm open. If we have some issues, let's have a sit down and talk about it. So the next day, maybe a couple of days later, I don't remember. I think it was the next day. I'm very direct about stuff. I was like, hey, the other day when you yelled at me, it was like really uncomfortable. And I didn't appreciate it because I just asked if you wanted me to take the little girl because y'all were going out. And he was like, oh, I didn't yell at you. I was like, well, yeah, you did. You raised your voice and it was really uncomfortable. And he was like, oh, well, I don't feel like I have anything to apologize for because I didn't raise my voice. I was like, well, I think you do. And I would appreciate like an apology. And he was like, oh, well, sorry. And I was just like, okay. Like, I let it go. I was like, okay, whatever. I let it go. So that's January. It was like, so then it was like little stuff that would happen. So I'm trying to be like, I'm a happy, bubbly person. So every morning I'm like, good morning. Hey, what's up? Like, except like early in the morning when I would wake up, I'm like, kind of like adjusting. And I was fasting. I was fasting. So, like, when I would sit down at the breakfast table, I couldn't eat with them. And they just thought food looked so good. But anyways, so I was just sitting there nursing my water in the morning. And I would just be like, that looks so good. So anyways, so that was that. And then, like, for dinner, like, I would sit down with them and, be talking and communicating and conversing with everybody. Like you would do at the dinner table. And sometimes the dad would say stuff to me like you would do at a dinner table with everybody present. And the mom would just start flipping out like, and like she would just like start yelling at the kids for no reason. And I was just like, yo, what is her problem? And I'm just thinking, okay, whatever, she's stressed out. And so I just carry on talking because I don't think that it's me that's the issue, right? Because I'm not doing nothing but eating and whatever. And so that kept happening. And I was just like, I'm really uncomfortable sitting here at this dinner table. And I would also volunteer to cook. Like, they didn't ask me to cook, but I like to cook. And this is a cultural exchange. And, like, I'm not going to say I'm the best cook. And the ingredients at Luxembourg are different in America. I don't know. That flour just was not good. Anyway, it was like sandpaper. It was like dust. That flour was like dust. Rocky dust. I would be trying to make gravy with it, and it was just like sucking all the milk up. And I was like, I could have sworn I could cook in America. Why can't I cook over here? Anyway. But even still, I still tried to cook. And some meals came out good. It was probably like 3 bad meals out of 20 meals I made. Or 50 meals I made. Anyway. So yeah, after that, I kind of was like not eating with the parents. Well, like if both parents were there, I was not eating with them. Because I'm like, I'm not about to be made to feel uncomfortable at the dinner table every time I eat. Because I get that's your husband time or whatever, but do you have to act that crazy at the dinner table? Like, come on now. This is the dinner table. Everybody's here. Am I not allowed to talk? It was just crazy. It was crazy. So I slowly just kind of like made excuses to go out and not sit with them at the dinner table. And me and the kids, okay, so I'm going to talk about the relationship with me and the kids. At first, it was hard because, like, I'm black, I'm a black American, and kids don't talk back. You don't get smart. If you do, you get told off. You know what I mean? So the 12-year-old will be talking to me crazy, and they'll be like, hey, you can't talk to me like that, girl. That's rude. I don't talk to you like that, you know? So it was little stuff like that. By, like, January, February, we was like this, for real. We were so cool. I would be like, hey, you can come in my room, or do you want to do a dance, or let's watch TV. Like, even our English lessons, I tried to make sure they were fun with her. We would do songs, we would read, and we would watch TV. We would watch English TV together. And, like, now, because of my tactics, she's fluent in English. Her English used to be jacked up, but it was, with me, it got better. Whatever. But for real, we used to, like, oh my God, it was so much fun. In January, the 4-year-old, at first she was scared of me, you know. But, like, as we got more comfortable, she just used to, can I come in? And I'd be like, sure. But, like, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I just want to be by myself. And she'd be like, okay. But, like, after work, when the parents would come in, I would leave my door cracked so she could come in. I love when she came and visited me. It was great. So it's February. And so it was just a little stuff, you know, little stuff that set me off that I was like, ooh, what was that? Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know what I mean? And, like, I talked to the dad because I'm just, like, I'm already on high alert because I've seen all the horrible YouTube horror stories. I was like, you know, I left out a part. Okay. So this is when I started wearing my wig. So I would have my, like, my locks, but then some days I would wear my wig, my black hair. And they just act like they had never seen a wig before. Every time I did it, they'd be like, wah, wah. You know how, like, French people do that thing? They go, wah, like, wah, whatever. They would do that, and it was like, it's annoying, and you're rude. So, yeah, they would do that. And then one time, so, okay, this is what happened. So this was after the dad yelled at me, but I hadn't confronted him about it. So I was wearing my wig one time, and I came down in the kitchen, and they was all sitting at the kitchen table, and they was whispering. They was going, shiva, shiva. Shiva means hair. I'm not stupid, y'all. And then I heard the mama say in French, oh, she's going to hear you. And I got pissed after that. Then I sent them a text message. I was like, what's going on with the vibes in this house? We're like, right? Real millennial. Like, what's going on with the vibes in this house? Do we need to talk about stuff? And it was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And that's when I confronted the dad. And he was like, oh, sorry. And I was like, do we need to talk about this to S&J? Because you guys are whispering and you're not confronting me about the issues that you clearly have. And I mean, like, if we have issues, let's talk about it. And he was like, no issues. So because I was like, okay, maybe they're just not confrontational people. Let's set up a meeting once a month where we talk about anything that needs to be talked about. Schedule changes, duty changes, cultural misunderstandings, all of that. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So once a month, I set this meeting up, okay? Because I be trying to work stuff out. I be trying.